Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna do a FC review over LSKK 247. They are a massing FC, and of course, as in their title, they are loot share, and they do Kalphite King. To be added, you have to state your combat level, weapons, armor, shield, and potions. I will link the forms in the description as well, so that way you can come read everything. I'm just gonna skim over for all the important stuff. You have to have no cosmetics on going in, and other than that, you can't stay in the FC when you're on the active world when you're not KKing. You have to bring a shield in case the Evoker is killed. Of course, you have to provoke back. They do encourage hybriding, which a lot of other FCs don't. And you have to stay pied to 7+ at all times. For your requirements, you need 180 combat. Potions, you can have all the way down to supers, but you have to stay +7. So that's going to be hard, so you probably want extremes at least, or overloads. You cannot stun or bleed, and basically you just need a wooden shield plus, because all you need it for is evoking in case this person dies. Slayer helmets can be used if you quick chat your task, which is fairly normal. Now for melee, this is very interesting. You can use chaotics, you can use all the way down to Bandos armor, and all the way down to glory amulets, and skill capes, which is normal, but glories and chaotics are very interesting because that's fairly low. And then for range, you can use all the way down to death loads, darts, or ascension. So this is fairly high, which is good because he spawns in melee phase, and this makes for fast kills. Of course, you can all the way go down to glory amulet again. And then for magic, unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of this either. You can use a chaotic staff with ABS and an abyssal wand and orb, which take you all the way down to level 75. So that's interesting. You can use subjugation, and you can use glory. So if you're really cheap and have no money, and you want a boss, come to this FC, because with an ABS plus subjugation plus a glory, you are looking at about I don't know, 10, no, a little bit more, 20-30 mil right there. And you can KK with very low requirements. 180 combat is still fairly high, but nonetheless, here are the banned abilities, which I'm not going to go over because if you're stupid, you don't know what they are. Read them. I went over them before, and a lot of other things. And then they give you recommended ability setups that you can use if you have absolutely no idea what you are doing, which most people do, but you can read them if you want. And then this is some tips and tricks at Kalphite King, which I have a video up for them as well. These are basically things that you should be doing during the kill, and then these are things you should be praying and not doing as well. And then these are the ranks. A lot of them I do know personally, so this is a good FC. A lot of my friends are in here as well. And other than that, that is a well. There's FAQs, which means that you can't use Void or War Priest, which makes sense. And then it tells you how many people for a second instance to start, and that will be about it. They do have the links to other FCs, but I mean, this is one I'm reviewing, so I don't see any other point. And we'll go into some in-game footage to check it out. So I'll be right back. Well, hey guys, what's up? Evil Hammer 6 back, and as you can see, we're in the instance at the moment, and also, as you can see, there's a shit ton of people in here. So I guess you want a mass. This is a mass hardcore. Before, I kept the teams down in most FCs to about 10 or so people. I did that for the fact that we were doing coin share, but here you're doing loot share, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if they're legitimately checking for potions because just of the mass amount of people in this, and I don't understand the point of needing to check for potions because that kill just took 10 seconds. So I mean, that's great, but the likelihood of you getting anything here is fairly low, due to the fact that there is everyone and their brother here, because the requirements are fairly low. As you can look around, everyone doesn't really have max stuff on per se. I don't know why that person's wearing a shield. I don't know if that's allowed to wear a shield 24/7. Possibly. I will ask here in a second. I'll get back with you. Okay, so you cannot wear a shield the whole kill. People that are either tankers or vokers, but there's obviously more than that many people wearing a shield. So I'm not sure there, but nonetheless, I at the moment, from what I know, there's a lot of people in here at all times because the amount of ranks they have are from a lot of different places in the world. So I know it is going to be active and is active currently 24/7. So I mean the requirements aren't that high, especially if you want to mage. All you need basically is the combat level of 180. That's the highest thing you need to get. But other than that, it's fairly low, and even if they have one FC, right now they have 2 instances open running that are both this same size. So you could essentially be in either one of them at the moment. So if they just have one going this whole time, that would be simplicity in itself. But that they have this many going, it's ridiculously great. Also, they will have a heal evoker, but I wouldn't count on it just due to the fact of how many people are in here. And then to the second thing I would suggest would be to just bring a unicorn or a pack yak for banking. Well, probably just, if you can, a pack yak to bank all the stuff like these superstores that people will be dropping. That way you can make a little bit of money off of it. But honestly, I wouldn't wear max gear. I would go with the lowest gear, even if you're highest combat level, just due to the fact that your stuff is going to wear out as during the fight, and if you don't get anything, especially if you miss a drop, well, you're obviously going to miss a drop, but basically if you don't get anything in the normal drops, you're not really going to make up your money. So it'd probably be best to just go with the default God Wars setup. Well, not default God Wars setup, but I'm saying especially Magic, just go ahead and wear your subjugation robes, because the only time you're probably going to be getting damage done to yourself. Right here I have vampirism on and I'm not getting any damage done. I know where to stand for the Kalphite King, for the minions spawning, so they're not spawning on me. So I just wear the subjugation robes and buy an abyssal orb and wand, because honestly you're taking no damage, so there's really no point into wasting armor that doesn't need to be degrading, like your Virtus wand, or maybe you have Sea Singers but you have Virtus robe top and stuff. You don't need that stuff degrading, so you could do that too. All these bows, you see that now they're doing it probably just for the pure fact that maybe they don't have the level 99 range, which would make sense. But after that, I would just say go with a magic. It's cheaper. Melee, you're probably going to die more, especially if you have the low end gear, just due to the fact that you're on him, next to him, and he'll do damage to you constantly. But when you're away from him in magic like this, the most you're going to get damaged with would be a magic phase or a range phase, and you're not going to get hit that often with those two due to the fact of the speed of these kills. But when you do, just make sure you run and eat, because as you saw right there, you're going to get damaged a lot, just due to the fact of the mass amount of people in the room. I'm going to be wearing my shield during this magic phase because I'm not dumb. I don't care what they say. With this many people, the amount of people attacking KK means he's going to die quickly, and there's just so many people in here. You're going to die. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. I don't know. You're going to die even if you get hit by a couple balls. Like right there, well, that would have been death probably if you would have been wearing subjugation. So the easiest thing to do would be what I said. I don't really suggest anything else. As you can see here, I'm still getting trashed just due to the fact of how many people are in here. It's very hard to avoid the balls, and that is one bad thing reason why a lot of FCs stopped this amount of people in a mass at one time, is because it's fairly pointless due to the fact of magic phase being a giant pain in the ass. But that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Bye.